Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Truth from My Perspective. I am Shanika Guzam Ferguson. I started this channel because I have a passion for our women, and I would love to see each woman seeing herself as valuable, as worthy, knowing her standards and sticking to them without compromise. I especially want to see this because of the power I believe that we have as women. As women, we are the mothers of the sons and daughters of society. And I believe that a woman who has good morals and values has the ability to influence a generation for good. So how she acts now determines her future, and it determines the future of our generations to come. So it is with this passion that I have developed this self-awareness program for our girls and women alike. This program was designed to help our women highlight their standards and to set or redefine standards for themselves. This in turn will encourage them to make better decisions so that their actions, their thoughts and emotions align with their own value system and the standards that they have set for themselves. I highlight redefining your standards because naturally, as people, we all have made mistakes and we all have acted outside of character. With that said, today's video, I will be speaking on self-awareness, what it is, and what it means to be self-aware. Self-awareness is the ability to focus on yourself and how your actions, thoughts, and emotions align with your internal standards. It is important to note that someone who is highly self-aware is able to evaluate themselves objectively. They're able to manage their emotions and align their behavior with their values. Also, they are able to correctly interpret how they're perceived by others. What does it mean to be self-aware? Number one, if you are self-aware, it means that your value system is clearly defined and known. It is your guiding compass. Your value system is the means by which you are able to define or redefine your own personal standards. It is also the means by which we are able to recognize what it means to have self-respect. For example, in my last video, I spoke on the core value, honesty. So if honesty is a core value of mine, then a few standards that I would set for myself based on that core value is one, I will be honest and truthful in all my dealings and all my interactions. It means that I should not be practicing dishonesty. And two, because I'm honest, I will expect honesty from all my interactions. Those are the standards that I have set for me based on that core value. Secondly, if you are self-aware, it means you have clear boundaries and you can easily identify when your boundaries are not being respected. Again, I'm going to give an example, and I'm going to try to use a simple example that everybody can relate to. If you are a landowner, or if you know of any landowners who have property that sits beside someone else's property, if they do not have a clear boundary outlined, have a surveyor come and outline the boundaries. If somebody is going to build, then they run the risk of having that person build on their property as well. However, if their boundary is clearly defined, then both persons will be able to identify their property line, and that would minimize the risk of somebody crossing the boundary. And of course, if they do pass the boundary, then it will be easily identified because the boundary is defined and it's clear. So it is with us as people. In order to protect our peace and to protect the sanity of ourselves, of our loved ones, of our minds, it may be necessary to establish boundaries. And so, again, a person who is self-aware has clear boundaries and is able to identify when those boundaries are being crossed or not being respected. Thirdly, if you are self-aware, it means that you are able to identify when the value system of others do not align with your own, and therefore you can act accordingly. Now that is important because it would prevent us from entering a lot of situations that do not suit us. It would prevent us from entering into relationships, into partnership, whether it be business or friendships or relationships, whatever those relationships are. It would prevent us from embarking on those because we would have identified that their value system do not align with our own, and so therefore that interaction would not be to our benefit. Fourthly, being self-aware means that you are able to shape your expectations. Because, again, being self-aware also means that you are able to recognize correctly how you're perceived by others. And based on that, you are able to shape your expectations and minimize disappointments. It means that you can act accordingly. And fifth, a person who is self-aware is able to identify their shortcomings, and they're able to work at it for betterment and for improvement. So it's not just about identifying the positives, but it's, if you are self-aware, you are able to identify those areas which you need to work on. Remember, the aim is to be your best self. So in summary, being self-aware means 1, your value system is defined. 2, you have clear boundaries. 3, you're able to determine when someone's value system does not align with your own. 4, it means you're able to shape your expectations. And 5, it means that you are able to identify your shortcomings so that you can make improvements to become a better version of you. I would like to use this opportunity to inform all of you who are watching of my workshop that I will be having at the beginning of March. Now, if you or anyone you know would benefit from this workshop, please feel free to send me a message. My social media handles are in the description below. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, and all the best until the next one.